Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of LavaCraft. Last episode we did an entire world walkthrough. We didn't go into the Nether, but as you can see, there's a pretty good reason why. It's pretty ugly in here. Really don't have much of a Nether hub going on at all. But what we do have is some blue ice highways, and those go to pretty interesting places. Over here is the gold farm, which we might need to stop by if we need to mend some of our tools for our project today. Over here is the end portal, always great, always a fun time. But over here is where we're going to be working today. We got to get a sign up here. This is actually going to take us to the mesa biome that we discovered. Um, and what we're doing over there is we are going to be making a slime farm today. So I've never actually made a slime farm, so this should be lots and lots of fun. I've been doing a lot of work over there, so I'm going to show that off to you in a minute. The reason we might need to go over here is because, as you can see down below, our pickaxes need to be repaired. But we might get to that a little later, so let's take a trip over to the Mesa Plateau. Alright, welcome to the spot we will be working in today. As you can see, it is a pretty awesome looking biome, really cool place. First time I've ever actually found one, and definitely the first time we've ever been in it in this world. So we're going to show that off just a bit, but we're going to actually be working over this way. So as I said, we are going to be making a slime farm today. This was a pretty awesome find of a biome, and an even more awesome spot to make a slime farm. And I'll tell you why. I just decided to make it here just because I thought it would be a cool place to work in, since I've never actually been in one of these biomes, so we're having fun just with that. But also, I linked up my portals. I decided this was a good spot, so I pulled up Chunk Base to find some slime chunks, and I actually found seven of them right outside of my nether portal. So as you can see, like I said, we've been doing quite a bit of work. We've completely mined out 8 different chunks. So we have a 7 chunk slime farm in operation. We've done all of the digging for the most part. Maybe if you're disappointed that you didn't get to see me dig all of this out, don't worry, we're probably going to have to be doing some more digging. And as you can see right here, all of these shulker boxes are full of materials that I've gathered. Pretty cool. This isn't a mesa biome, so there's lots and lots of gold in the walls, lots of iron left as well. As we make our platforms, we're going to try and grab as much of that as possible. So it'd be kind of fun just to see how much we get just from the walls surrounding the 8 chunks that we dug out. And if you've ever wondered how many blocks you get from completely mining out 8 entire, oops, just missed, 8 entire chunks, well, it's about 102,000 blocks. So we mined out a little over 102,000 blocks. Some of those are resources. We got quite a few. So there's actually 17.5 stacks of iron, 5 stacks of gold, and just shy of 1 stack of diamond. And we did get some of these from a little bit of caving that we did around this area, which we'll get into later, because you do have to do quite a bit of caving just to make sure that there's enough room for all of these mobs to spawn. You don't want creepers and skeletons spawning in caves, because then your slimes won't be able to spawn where you want them to. Now this is a pretty massive area, so we won't have to do too much perimeter work, because you see we got a lot of that done already, but we will have to do a little bit. As you can see, there's lots and lots of torches already on the surface, and that's preventing all the spawns in those areas. Yeah. But if you've ever wondered what 102,000 blocks looks like, it looks like this. Lots and lots of shulker boxes. And we fought lots of slimes today, and we've got a pretty awesome haul. We almost don't need the slime farm at this point, but no, we really do. I'm sure we're going to go through this quicker than I think. Yeah, this is pretty ridiculous, I know, but we're not going to have to... Oh, that one's empty. So maybe like 101,000 blocks, because that one's empty. But I promise you the rest are full. Yeah. Well, maybe not that one. But we did kind of leave out some of the boxes that weren't full. As you can see, we got plenty of stone. It's pretty ridiculous. But yeah, it's still over 102,000 blocks. It's a pretty big accomplishment, honestly. All right, well, that's enough about my ridiculous mining session. So as I said, this is a 7 chunk slime farm that we're going to be building today. We're actually going to be doing an original design. We have definitely seen a lot of YouTube videos on how the mechanics of slime farms work. We've also seen a lot of different kinds of builds. We are in Bedrock edition, so keep that in mind if you plan to do something similar. But as you can see, there are some slimes generating on the bottom down there. Pretty cool, already working. In fact, we have a lot of slime already, just from killing these guys, from digging this out. It's been quite a task. We've had to fight many a slime today because they can be a little annoying when you're trying to dig, and obviously they are hostile and you can see them come right up towards me, and they're lots of fun to kill actually, so that's interesting. Yeah, all right, so these giant green squares represent the areas that the slimes will actually spawn. So over here in the red is where this is actually not, this is just a normal chunk. This is not a slime chunk. So we're going to be building our slime hub here. We're going to be using iron golems to lure the slimes over to get killed, and we are going to collect all of the drops. So the slime balls, turn them into slime bricks. As you can see, we've done a little bit of lighting down here. Slimes do spawn in any light level, so that's pretty cool. And they actually spawn in um, these slime chunks. Oops, sorry. Sorry, guy, got in your way. They do spawn in these slime chunks below level 40, I believe. So we're going to be building a bunch of different platforms for them to spawn on, and yeah, that's going to be lots of work and lots of fun. Maybe we're going to grab some of these resources out of the walls as we work our way up. It's going to be a pretty big project, but let's just get started. So let's start at the beginning. We're going to need some resources for this build. We got lots and lots of resources right here, and one that we're going to start with is actually all of this iron. I know we just traveled all the way out here, but we got to go back to the base and use our super smelter, get that started. Move that here. Cool. Yep, we need to get that started because today we're going to be using lots and lots of hoppers. Maybe some hopper mine carts just to reduce the amount of hoppers we need, but then we have to do unloading systems and it's going to get a little bit more complicated. So I'm not sure exactly how we're going to do it. It's just going to be a fun experience. We've never done this before, so I'm excited to try it out and come up with hopefully something that's going to produce quite a bit of slime. I mean, honestly, we could just go down to the bottom and kill them if we ever need to, but hopefully it doesn't resort to that. So let's get smelting. And throw these in here. Oop. Oh, come on. Start that up. And done. Alright, so we need to make a lot of hoppers, but we're also going to be using this iron for iron golems, because slimes, for whatever reason, they just really don't like iron golems, so they always try to attack them. So we're going to make a couple of those guys for our build today. We are also going to need some of these today, because these are what we're going to be using to kill our slimes. Oh, and we will also need some of these. Now we have all of the components we need for our iron golems. Let's just do a test run here. There we go. Look at that. Awesome. Alright, we are now in our creative test world because there's a few things that we want to test out before we jump into this massive project. We just want to make sure that a couple things work and just kind of mess around with some of the mechanics of slimes and iron golems. So in our first phase, we're going to be testing out our slime collection. We're also going to be testing out some powered rails to see if we can get these items to be picked up easily. So we're just gonna put some magma blocks because that's what we're gonna be collecting on, right? So we're gonna leave those there like that. We're gonna throw a hopper minecart underneath and it should start moving back and forth. And now we're just gonna throw our slime balls. You can see them disappearing. Then we come down here. And yep, we can see that it picked up all of those slime balls, so this should definitely work for our farm. So the next thing we're going to test in phase 2 is the friendship between iron golems and slimes, because this farm is actually powered by friendship, and we got to just make sure that our slimes and our iron golems can get along. So let's throw one over here, and we'll throw a slime over here. Oh, well, that wasn't very friendly. I'm just kidding. It's not friendship powered. It's definitely not powered through friendship. It's actually powered by the slimes chasing the iron golems. So that's actually going to work out great. All right, now on to phase 3. So the last phase is slime time. So now we're going to see if we can combine both of those things and just make sure that we can get our slimes to get onto this magma so that we can collect all of the slime balls and slime blocks. Well, that's the end product, is the slime blocks. So let's just go ahead and spawn a slime over here. And it looks like, well, he didn't make it very far, but it looks like he definitely tries to go say hi to his friend, the Iron Golem, but unfortunately he is not greeted fondly. Yep, looks like this is definitely gonna work. Alright, well that's enough creative testing. I think we can start. Uh-oh. Sorry. We are back in our quarry, and it is time to start the slime farm. And if you thought this was all the digging we were going to be doing, well, you were wrong. I mean, you're never really done digging in Minecraft, I guess. So I installed this super simple bubble column elevator, just so that we don't have to waste so many rockets. We're going to go down here, and we actually need to dig out a couple layers of the one chunk that we did not dig out in the surrounding 8 chunks. So it's going to be right over here. We're going to dig it out to about that height, and we're going to do that for the entire chunk. That is where all of our mine carts are going to be unloaded. So let's start digging. And done. So the next step, I think, is removing all of these blocks, because we're going to need to utilize this entire level for our hopper minecarts. So let's get to that. Alrighty guys, that is actually all that we have time for today's video. If you'd like to see more, we will be doing it next episode, actually episode 3 of LavaCraft. So feel free to hit that like button or subscribe and share, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully you enjoyed. Alright, I'm going to get to taking care of these slimes. Have a good one.